Good evening, everybody. This is CmdrAleon, your host of the number one top UFO spiritual talk show, Encounters. Hey, CC, Brad Fire, Landon Fire, user 857. This is late night. We are definitely on the late night side tonight, 11:26 instead of early. It's only 26 minutes after 6, so not too bad. Jeffrey, Windy Bay, Nick, Valquez, just kidding. Batterall, let's see. Kelly K, welcome. Good to see everybody here. Shannon, good to have you with us. Phil Atkins, everyone coming in here. You're in for another night. Hey, Shannon. Let's see. Olivia, good to see you, Olivia. Tara, good to see you, Tara. Sanchez, let's see. Judy White. Brian, good to see you, Brian. Jesus Manifesto, that's a good name. Hey, Gary Hass, good to see you, Gary. Dan, Brim. Let's see. We have all kinds of folks here. I am Ferguson. Good to see you, Ferguson. Clarissa. Just catching up on all these names here. Welcome to, hey, namaste. Welcome to, hey, Deborah H. Good to see you, Deborah. Good to see everybody coming in all over the place. Basel Sr. I think I got that right. Ben Frank, or Frank Ben. Dr. Bill, the herbalist. That's good. Carrie Bear. Matthew Robbins, 501. Hey, Matthew Robbins. Billboard. Everyone coming here from all over the planet. Lucy, Pedro 66, Vivian 258. We have Quentin. Let's see here. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. Emark, hey, Emark, good to see you, Mark 690. Hey, peace, love, and light, Marinette, to my Linda Love, good to see you. Batgirl's here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, hello there. How you doing? Sanchez, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Sanchez. Hey, Ruby. Tobias. Susan Mary, good to see you. Always. Freda. Mark O'Neill. Welcome, Mark O'Neill. Vivian, 258953. Randy Forster. Uber Produce, I think it is. Kit Kat. Good to see you, Kit Kat. Carrie. You know, we might miss a person here or there. Scotty, welcome to the show, but we tried a Cosmic 42 Jupiter 6. I like that name. Hey, Kit Kat. Uncle Cole something. Jeremiah Cotton. Welcome, Jeremiah. Welcome, everybody. Johnny Moore, 892. Francisco Rivera. C Moon. Welcome, C Moon. That's a good name. I am her. You are her. I like that name, too. David Kalani, welcome. Kem C. Yummy Yoshi. Shelly Stardust. Hey, Shelly. Monica Mendez, I think it is. Mata. The names come so quickly. Hey, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Tara Jorgensen. Welcome, Tara. Happy Cosmic Valentine's Day. Butcher Brian. Welcome. The Retira. Matajana 17. Hey, Matajana. I think I got that right. Genius. Good evening. User 256. The long numbers I take. Bridget, player. People with long numbers, they just say the first three. Hey, hi. The person's name is Hi. So I'm saying hi. Hey, Choke, 2500. Hello, how you doing? Phoenix, thanks for joining us. Jim Dill. Orlando, welcome to the show. SML Lake, good to see you, SML Lake, always. Francisco Munoz, welcome, Francisco Munoz. Jackie Perch something. Sanja, good to see you, Sanja. Ario Art, good evening, blessings to everybody. GYI, Michael, Drinkwater. Kimberly Alike. Joe Edwards, 943, welcome to the show. Divine something, Divine, welcome. Steve O, welcome. A lot of new names. Rohani, welcome to the show. Rohani Brian, welcome. Good to see you. Brooke and Jules. Let's see. Cass something. Don, welcome to the show. Me Abula, welcome to the show. Serenity in motion, always. Serenity in motion is never stopping. He or she's in motion. User 659, welcome. Levitt, good to see you, brother. All the way on the West Coast. Hope you're doing good. C. Young, welcome. Mikhail, thanks for joining us. Star Deb, I think it's Star Deb. Hey, Star Deb. I'm trying to be as conscious as I can. If I get more conscious, I'll be super conscious. Son of Jah, welcome. Pitbull Mama, she's the Pitbull Mama. Ronnie McIntyre. Butterfly, welcome. Bob, welcome to the show. Gloria King, always good to see you, Gloria King. Kentucky Chris. All right. Debbie Stevens, welcome, Debbie. Miss Milla, Milani or Milla, something. David, welcome. Amy Roberts. Nord Big Boy. Aiden? Hopefully I get the name. Rachel Harrell, good to see you, Rachel. Welcome to the show. We always like the beginning show, like to try to acknowledge all the people coming in here. So if you hear me reading off names, I'm just looking at my screen here right now. Applauser, 736, Z Anderson. And for the foes just coming here with Christopher. How could you be without Christopher? You have to be with Christopher, right? Seth Scott. You know, it'd be kind of funny if some famous actor or actresses watching my show tonight, they come in here, they've heard about CmdrAleon and Encounters. And I'm sure we'll have some famous people under, discreet names that we won't even know they're there. Story Badger, welcome to the show. Hey, Anna. Good to see you always, Anna. Paula, welcome to the show. JK, welcome to the show. Thank you for following us. Mark Allen Provich. Good to have you with us, Mark Allen. Meriwether. Hey, Meriwether. The Pole Mike. Tech Whiz. You got Tech Whiz in here. Good to have you with us as well. Let's see who else is coming in here. Barry something. GSD. I'll just say GSD. Jimmy Rush, 842. Sarah, welcome to the show. Dawn Renee, thank you for the heart. Dawn Renee. We appreciate all the gifts. Anthony, thanks for joining us. All the new people following our show. This is Encounter Judy White. Good to have you with us. I'm just watching to see Darren Richland. Welcome to the show, Darren Richland. Meriwether. Hey, good evening. Dawn Renee, thanks for the likes. Nay Bomb Something. Jacqueline, welcome to the show. Beefy 780. TK, thank you for the roses. I'm pretty aware of when I see everything. Ladybug in Missouri. I think there's a Ladybug in Missouri watching the show. That's good. DeMonte Davis. A lot of interesting names here. There's always a name that kind of sticks out. Let me see who else we got coming in here. And, we do, let me just give people a reference point about the show. So my name is CmdrAleon. I never always assume when people come in here, they've been here before. And it's always great to be humble and always remember that there's always new people in here that have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey, sometimes it's me. Good to see you. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes I might just be you. Right? You never know. Mark MacArthur, good to see you. Good to see all the new people. Jeff. So let me give people a background to the show. Rowdy Coon. Construction Girl. I bet she is a construction girl. Mike K, welcome to the show. Manuel Morales. Kaya. Sparky. All these different beautiful names of people. Let's see who else we got coming in here. So if you're just, hey, L1NZ1, good to see you always. Dawn Jewel, hey, Dawn Jewel. Dawn Snyder, I am a contactee. Oh, interesting. Jackie F, thank you. You know what? We're going to very shortly be taking guests on here. Everybody follow Dawn Jewel. She's a contactee. She has only 91 followers. She needs to have 200. So I want everyone to start following her. She's a contactee. And now my cat is getting off the couch. And I have no idea if she wants to come on TV or not on my show. Hey there. But she's going to sit right here, right next to me, because I just went on the air. And she's a good little girl. And she's giving me kisses. So I have a cat. It's a ragdoll cat. So she likes to come on the show once in a while. So now she's sitting here. Let me see what happens. You gonna be a good girl? You gonna be a good girl? She's always wanting to do something. So welcome everybody. If I missed anybody, Fred Babu. Hey Fred Babu, that's a good name. See, yeah, hey Angela, hey April. She is a Valentine's Space Kitty. It's good to see everybody coming in here. So everybody follow the person that has like 91 followers, Dawn Jewel. Everyone, she's got 100 followers now. She needs 100 more people. So I'm going to, as new people come in here, just follow this person, Dawn Jewel. She's a contactee. I want to hear her story tonight at some point, or at least by tomorrow night. I want to have over 200 followers so we can get her on here on audio. Dawn Jewel, you'll see it, DAWNJEWELL. See, that's what we do on this show. We try to be conscious of everybody. Sometimes we miss people. We don't mean to, but you got to figure, when you're dealing with interviews, you're looking at the screen, you're talking to people, it gets a little bit crazy. Dawn Jewel has 100 followers right now. We'll keep track of Dawn. Dawn, stick around. We're going to get you up there. She's got 104 followers. I won't, but I'll once in a while mention her name. And hey, Lavola, good to see you. Her name is Dawn Schneider. She's a contactee. She even says right there. So when you get people like that who are contactees, you want to definitely get them up there. You know what I mean? Rick Hartman, welcome. Mike Hawk, 862, welcome. Trass something, Amber and Mom, thanks for the likes. Botanic Beauty. Dina, hey Dina. Chad the something, welcome to the show. Clifford, good to see you. And Clifford is our great bearded friend. He's been on our show before. If it were Christmas, he can probably be a cosmic Santa Claus. Hey, Sonic. Good to see you, Sonic. Charlie. Yes. And if you're new to the show, I think it's Fiery Love 4. Yo, good to see you. And we're going to get in hopefully some good interviews tonight. Ken M., welcome to the show. Our show from last night I posted earlier on my YouTube channel. So if you missed any of our shows and you're new to Encounters, we are the #1 rated UFO spiritual talk show on social media. We have a YouTube channel, but we use TikTok. My YouTube channel is a rebroadcast of my show on TikTok. Okay, so if you go to Ashtark Man Spaceship News on TikTok, on YouTube, you can see past shows. Hey, Lickety Spit, good to see you. Blessings to you, as always. And also, I did get more video footage of the crop circle in Missouri. Now, I want to say something. People think there's snow all over the United States. Let me tell you something. There isn't snow all over the United States. Outside of Kansas City, Missouri, there's farmland, and they do winter wheat crops. And I just posted the second half of a crop circle video from outside of Kansas City in farm country. The video was caught by a drone. The drone caught on video a crop circle that probably was formed over the evening of the 13th of February. The second part of the video I got, and I posted it earlier today, or was it late this afternoon? It was actually earlier this evening. So you can watch the first part for those that might complain and say, well, how come I can't see the whole crop circle? On the second video, you're going to see the whole crop circle. And there are people say, oh, well, they must have had somebody go in there and do it. No, it's just it wasn't CGI'd. The person recorded it on some high quality drone that he had with a camera on it. Happened to go over it. And there's another part of the video that was posted that I got my hands on. And it shows you the crop circle. And, believe it or not, there are crop circles that are produced by non-terrestrials here in the United States. It's not just in the UK, near the Stonehenge in that area, Mulberry Hill. We do get crop circles here. And many years ago, there was a crop circle that I was standing in upstate New York. And the aerial footage of the crop circle looked like a big spaceship. You can't make that stuff up. I've only been in one crop circle in my life in upstate New York. I've never been to England. I've never been in crop circles over there in any other country. But believe it or not, crop circles like the one in Missouri was in an area where there was no snow on the ground. And they do crops. It's not like being in New England. It's maybe a little bit warmer in the area. Maybe who knows what the temperature was. I don't live out there. But you will see, for people wanting more of the footage, to have more visuals of this crop circle, I've got both the first part and the second part of the video. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Hey, Jake. Yeah, Jake, it does. Missouri has a really long history of UFO sightings. Lacey, Big Fish, I saw it on your post, yes. So if you ever get a chance, check out anytime my Ashtar Command, our Ashtar Spaceship News page, which is under my profile page. My profile page is where you're going to see the actual videos. There's two videos. One is the latest one I just posted, and the other one is the first part, which has the drone getting closer to the crop circle. The second video shows the drone going right on top of the crop circle. It's really, really distinct, really good. It's not man-made. There were no art students in the field. This thing's out in the middle of nowhere. And I don't think a bunch of farmers got together with tractors going in there doing stuff, because it's just, if there were, you'd see the rest of the crops all messed up. And let's see here. Hey, Nikki, good to see you, Nikki. Thank you, Lacey. It was beautiful. Who is responsible for the crop circles? The ones that are not man-made, the ones that are responsible for the real crop circles, are the space people. Great question. So those crop circles in England and some that have been seen in other countries that are not man-made are actually from our space brothers and sisters. Yeah, my YouTube channel, Shannon, good to see you, Shannon. It's Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Hey, Jackie F. It's Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and that's on YouTube. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. And my cat's meowing, so this is going to be interesting. I might, at times, have to go to the cat to just acknowledge her. And it is that time where she might want something to eat. We'll see. Hey, Outdoorsy, welcome to the show. Catherine, good to have you. Catherine Lee, good to have you with us. George or something. Amazing Finds Boutique. Do you think one of the species is going to actually have contact with all of us? Amazing. I think we're in for some major contact. Hey, Palladian, good to see you. Jammer 7343. Ali, the something, welcome to the show. I think, well, not that I think, we are definitely going to have contact. Hey, Lindsay, we're going to definitely, I think it's Soali or something. It's going to happen. It's already going to start happening pretty soon. It's already happening. But in terms of the major, here's another one of these things popping up here. Another troll that's trying to come on live here. Not happening. Could you ask for prayers and bright lights to shine on me? I've been in the hospital for a week. Oh my gosh, Vicky. Encounters will send our prayers and love to you. All our viewers all over the world will send our love to you. Everyone send their loves. Hey, Palladian, we'll send our love to Vicky. She's been in the hospital a week. Sending loving prayers of light to you. And we hope you get better quick. The grays were always around me until I was about 19. Then they never came back again. They never will come back. Those are the Zetas. They can't come back anymore. All those lower vibrational ETs, most of them are gone for the most part. So they won't come back. So, don't feel bad about not having them coming around anymore. You're probably going to be better off, because the frequency of the Earth and the universe is so high right now. Those beings couldn't even, they can't come back because they're a lower vibrational level, They're meant to be where they are. There might be some Zetas that are okay, but what you really want to focus on is Christ consciousness, cosmic Christ consciousness, because the beings you really want to be in contact with are those of the spiritual light. Those are beings that are Christed beings of light. So my cat's coming back, and she's saying Mao. So I have a feeling she wants something from me. I think she does. Alley Cat, RN, good to see you, Allison. I think, and I'm trying to catch up with some of the new names. Hey, Trickbox, that's a good name. Welcome, Trickbox, to Encounters. So let me give people a background for Justin Armstrong, all the new people coming in here. Hey, Allie, good to see you. Aponte Art, I like that name. Vicky Lynn, welcome. Sonia, welcome to the show. Mr. Cut, Pretty Angel, hey, Pretty Angel. User 243311. Billy and Anderson, I think. Luna, there's so many new names coming in here. Okay, you're going to have to come on the air, Cat. Lieutenant, welcome to the show. I'm multitasking, listening to my cat, being on the show here. A good thing I'm able to do that. Hey, Aliana, good to see you. Caddy, welcome. Doug Rosenquist. Good to have all the new people. Beverly Barnes. Hey, Beverly. Cleveland McDowney. Hey, Cleveland. Always like to acknowledge every new person if I can. Pretty Angel, thanks for the likes. User 489, welcome to the show. Uniquely, welcome to the show. Uniquely. Let's see here. Anyway, this is K. Allison. Welcome back. Melinda, welcome to the show. And the cat is mowing. Dixon Chance. Good evening, Dixon Chance. Ruby. Okay, let me see what's going to happen. She's got water. Hey, Princess Eyes. Hey, Melinda, thank you for the heart. She's got water. You got water? Oh, you're not going to let me pick you up? I was trying to pick her up, but she's too quick. I'll get her on the show. If she keeps coming around here, she's going to have to go on the show here with me. So welcome to Encounter. So let me try to give you a background of who I am for new people. I'm a contactee since the 1960s. I've had many, many spaceship sightings. I don't even call them UFOs, spaceships, non-terrestrial craft. And I have actually had two of my sightings, one in the 80s, actually both of them in the 80s, were really large spaceships. One was 2 football fields in length. The other one was like a golden kind of craft with kind of symbols on it and spinning around. And it was spinning probably longer than I watched it because I didn't stay long to watch it off the highway and just went home. Not only, hey, Mahansukn, good to see you. I'm also I operate in Christ consciousness. So I do workshops on taking people off planet. I bring them in a workshop, a group of people, and I take them through a Christed meditation off planet through a Merkaba state. So I take them into the Merkaba state to a large ship as big as the Earth called the Golden Ship. And the Golden Ship is a living ship as big as the planet Earth. I'm also involved in radio. I've been in radio since the 70s, but I've been in radio in terms of the Ashtar Command before there was internet, 21 years now, going my 21st year on NPR radio here in the United States. And it's the only NPR Pacifica station that has a show like this. And I basically do what I want. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm here to bust the matrix. So I am here on Mission Earth. I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command since before there was internet. For people that are new, Ashtar Command is the overseer of all the planetary spiritual planets of light, no matter where they are. Doesn't matter if they're in whatever galaxy, solar system, whatever, just to give you some background. So you might say I'm a cosmic book. I don't look at many websites. I don't really care about them because they're produced by humans, so I don't really care about them. The only thing I care about is providing you with information about disclosure, hearing your stories about visitation, because disclosure on this show is always happening. Everyone's sharing something personal about their visitations with space people of different sorts, crop circles, the Bigfoot, the fairies. All these things are real. They are. All of them are real. And not everybody on the earth, billions of people, don't always see them. We've talked about the giants on the planet that exist, and they do. We had a guest on the other night, her and her husband. They see giants. They're about 10 to 14 feet tall, and they live up in the mountains. The woman I spoke to, she was on the show. That show is on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel from the other couple nights ago. So all these things exist. And see, on here, you'll find out about people's stories. You know, during the day or whatever, when you watch TV, what you're seeing is only what is projected to you, which is basically the illusion of things that are supposedly the way it is. Man, am I fired up here. So the illusion of things the way they are. What a great thing to say. So we're basically living in a world where we have the powers that be in media creating all these things that are projected to us. And if we accept just what's projected, we'll think there's nothing else out there. You know, so they think they're getting pretty smart over the years, over the decades. Went from having a few TV channels in the 60s to having multiple channels and all these other things. And in some cases, there's some great things that you can get outside of being constructed by cable. If you have all these other channels where there are documentaries and things you can find, you'll find stuff. But outside of that, you know, I don't need websites telling me the truth. Yeah, come to my website, I'll tell you the truth. Or come to my cosmic website, I'll tell you the truth. Or come to my Area 51 website, I'll tell you the truth. No, the truth, I don't need those websites to find out the truth. The truth is, if I depend there for the information to find the truth about what's going on, I might as well just give up. You know, because then I'm giving up my own ability to know what's true and what's not. You know, yeah, let's see. So, yeah, that's where it's at. This is what we do here. Encounters, that's why Encounters is taking off since I've been on here just about 2023. Mahansukn was one of the people that helped me with a few other people get where I was. And that's what I do for other people. Because the people that help me, I realize that I have to help everybody else get up there to tell their story. That's why I tell people to follow everybody. Because you never know. Somebody out there might have 50 people that they're, only have 50 followers. We get them up to 200, they can tell their story. You see, I am very conscious of that. News about ratings. Lacey, news about ratings. What ratings? Oh, we're grateful to you, Mahansukn. You know that. Joey V677. Are the reptilians mainly underground? Some might be, but the reptilians have been pretty much. Oh, we're gonna get you. No, we're not gonna get. I'm trying to get my cat. She's being. Here she is. I got her. I can't believe it. I got her. Okay, you're gonna see the cat here for a minute. This is the cat. This is the famous cat of the show. She's looking right at the camera. You're getting now. If you like seeing the cat, please show me a gift or two. You don't always get to see the cosmic cat. She's also from another planet. Her name is Missy. At least, Kit Kat knows it. Nikki, thank you, Kit Kat. Kit Kat has a cat. If you have a cat, give me Sonia, thank you. Perry for peace, thank you. Jackie F, thank you. Palladian, thank you. Nikki, Palladian. Nikki, this is great. She's a little star here. Hey, Nikki, thank you. We love her. Hey, Dawn Renee, thank you. We're taking a little cat break here on the show. Hey, Catmandu, thank you very much. Oh my gosh, she's just she's a beautiful girl. Hey, Papa Pumpkin Missy. Good going, Jackie. She's fluffy, that's right. Okay, did you want to be on here? You're so famous. You're famous. I didn't ever, I put my ET cat on here and she takes over the show. Missy, do you want to moderate the show? You want to be the host? Anya, thank you for the roses. Anya, thank you again for another rose. The Pleiadians brought everything they have to Earth, including my cat. You want to go down? Are you done? Well, say something. Give a message to the people. Can she model on our site? I don't know. Hi, everyone. Hey, Palladian. Thank you. She has a message to say, Meow, 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 Earthlings, meow. Oh, I have to tell you something about our Meow planet. Where I come from, we're telepathic communication cats. Where I come from, our cats communicate to each other. We're communicating with people of Earth. We want the people of Earth to leave our planet alone. You cannot inhabit our planet. We are cats. We're very peaceful. So you must leave our planet alone. Now I'm here with CmdrAleon because we love him. And you love him too, right? So give him some gifts. Show him you love him. Give me a gift. My name is Missy. I'm the cat. Commander Missy. Remember that name. Please remember. Don't forget me. I'm just a beautiful little cat. I'm here on Mission Earth. I want to transform and bust the Matrix. I want all cats to be free. All cats must be free. They should be free. We came here to Earth to help the Commander. So we might be running around your house, but we're not just cats. We're from space. We're from other planetary systems. I'm going to go now. Okay. I just translated cat language into English. She's done. She's done. She had her time. If she comes back, maybe. So you just had a treat. Thank you for all the gifts for Missy. She's becoming a part of the show. Hey, Mahansukn, catch from Venus. We love her. Diane, welcome to the show. But that's what we're about here. That's why this show is popular, because I can bring Missy on here. Now Missy's going to become famous, and I don't care. I'm not jealous. If she becomes famous and she becomes more popular than I am, I don't care. I'm just a humble service of the mission, Can she channel other species, Snooky? She might be able to. I've never asked her, Snooky. But we definitely love her. Can you somehow be abducted while you are sleeping? Not in your dreams? Yes, Nikki, you can. You can either abductions are not happening too much anymore. You could have a contact experience that's beautiful instead of an abduction. It could be taken on a spaceship, not be abducted, and have some really beautiful things happen. Good question. Hey, Kathy, welcome to the show. Will you feel it in the morning? Will you feel what in the morning? Holding the cat, as long as I just did? Will you feel it if you're taken and come back in the morning? Let's see. Yes, you can wake up with your data paw on your face. Tony 12100, welcome to the show. Oh, okay. So, if you come back from being off planet, you might feel it. It depends what kind of. Hey, Debbie, well, just show what kinds of interactions you end up having. I'm in such a good feeling here. I always am. Brim Kunoa. I did. Brim Kunoa did. I feel like I've been beat up a lot. Ooh, don't feel that well. You should be able to feel whatever way you wish to. Oh, snap. Big Daddy. Hey, welcome to the show. Hey, good to see you. Doc Count, I think, does something. So, hey, Pearl, I asked pretty late in the show last night about black holes. Do your contacts have, I think you're asking me black holes. Well, black holes are, like wormholes, are transportation things in the universe. So a lot of spaceships come from different places, go through wormholes. It's like going through a tunnel in a city or over a bridge like San Francisco Bridge. So figure a bridge or a wormhole like a bridge. The black holes are much bigger. They kind of sweep everything up according to science. That's what I know, but I know about wormholes. Wormholes are ways from spaceships could go through wormholes and travel from one dimension to the other within seconds. So yeah, there is a difference between those different things. Cherry Mia, welcome to the show. Daisy, welcome to the show. Linda Mock. And let's see, we got all kinds of people here. So it's good to see you all here. And see, Namaste, peace, Mahansukn. Cocoa Bean, welcome to the show. Dirt Road, welcome to the show. Hippie, thank you for the heart. Thank you. Tiffany, hey, good evening. B-Dog, welcome B-Dog. Danielle, Boston. Now, Boston, I don't think is in Boston, but Boston could be in Boston, so you never know. Slowly, one point to another, yes. Jewel Rippole, hey, Jewel. And I just want to let people know we do interviews here as well as me sharing what I understand. So if you wish to be a guest, number one, here's the rules of guests going live with me. You must be over 18, no kids on the screen, no smoking, vaping, drugs, being drunk, none of that on the screen. This is our show. This is not a free-for-all. Also, no foul language. Definitely no foul language. We want to keep it to the highest levels on my show. I think that's mainly most of the things. And also, we want to keep the topic focused on the topics that are at hand. Disclosure, your visitations, it could be Bigfoot fairies, the tall giant people, the inner earth people, things that are, hey, Teresa, good to see you. The things that are related to the encounter show. We just want to keep it respectful and with class. That's right. Always that way. Always that way. And hey, John H., welcome to our show. Ruth Robinson, welcome. And we're here with you till, I think, about 1 a.m. this morning because I started late. So at 1 a.m. we'll be signing off the show. We want to get to 100,000 likes. We want everybody to follow everybody. Hola, Ruth, good to see you. I am Drew. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome to the show. We kind of see the new people coming in here, so we like to kind of welcome everybody to Encounters. And if you've never been on Encounters before, hey, Parker, Andy W., this is the show, Kevin Farrell. This is a show that is out of this world always. Susan Colbley, welcome. Jack One Jones 7. Good to have everyone in here. Sleep paralysis can be either just something that somebody has a problem with, that is a paralysis. And other times, in the days of what they call abduction, some people would have sleep paralysis when they were abducted and taken by different ETs. So it can be unrelated to it, or it can be related based on the stories. And my cat's talking again, so I thought she was going to rest. John Tyler, good to see you. If you see me go off the screen for 2 minutes, my cat's coming back. She's got water and food. So hopefully, I think she wants some food. So if you can hold on with us, we will be right back. We're going to check Miss Missy and see what she needs from me. Because obviously she wants something. She wants more gifts, that's right. She probably wants more gifts. But I'm going to see what she wants for a minute. If she meows again, I'll go over there. I believe to have been abducted before. Oh, okay. Interesting, Joe. So Joe Knight says, I believe to be abducted before. Let me see here. We're going to follow you, Joe. And do you remember when that was? What year that was, Joe? Like when it happened? Hey, Palladium, farewell. Good to see you always. Good to have you with us. Nikki, thank you for the roses. Noah, welcome to our show Encounters. Anybody out there have also not just been abducted? Anyone have any positive visitations as well? Like people that I was wide awake and fully aware I could not yell or make a sound. Interesting. Wendy Dixon, welcome. Hey, Palladium, thank you for the bolts. And we're going to start doing some interviews. If you have over 200 followers, you can come on our show with audio. If you have over 1,000 followers, you can do audio and video. But let me check the cat out. Stay where you are. We'll be right back, folks. I am here. I just have to check the cat and go off the screen for a minute. So we just gifted the cat with 3 cat treats. If she's not happy after 3 cat treats, I don't know what'll do it. I am here. No problem, Maddie. You're still not too late. This show will be recorded, so if you missed anything, it will be on my Astro Command Spaceship News channel for most people. She's talking again. I'm going to let her just do her thing. She's in the meditation room mowing. She will eventually go to sleep. Good to have you with us, everybody, coming in here late. Foxy Trot. Good to have you with us, Foxy Trot. Luca. Chris Ann, welcome to the show. Yes, I see a ship today. Didn't get to record it. Tiffany, you saw a ship today. Interesting. Leslie DePriest, welcome to the show. Honey. Hey, honey. She wants her daddy. Yes, she does. She's going to have to either lay around here and hang out with the show or in the meditation room. Dave 6043, welcome. User 769. And let's see. And Tiffany has 121 followers, so we need to get her up to 200, folks. You know, we got to get everybody lifted up here in numbers so they can come on if they have a story to tell. And I know many people do. Princess and Buddy B, welcome to the show. Kim Stevens, Solari, James 9612. Good to have you with us on the show. You're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media, so welcome all the new people. And Alexandria, welcome. I see different names coming in here. Oh, it was happening so quickly you can record it. Yeah, that happens with these sightings. They just, bam, show up and you're not able to catch them, Tiffany, you know? But you will. There'll be more. You'll be able to record it. It'll happen. So Oli says, longest night of my entire life. Oh my God, it was the worst feeling anyone can have, pure fear. Yeah, sleep paralysis. Yeah, that could be something that can be a problem. So I'm bringing Mahansukn and Friends with Furry up here. Mahansukn and Friends with Furry.
Hello, hello.
And good evening, good morning, or whatever day it is.
Hey, Commander, how's it going?
Mahansukn, hey, good morning over there in Missouri. And also April in Vermont.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
How are you,
Let me
April?
turn the volume up. You know what happens? I keep forgetting when I don't have anybody live, I have the volume up. I have to return the volume up. So I just did that right now on Encounters. Now
Okay.
I'll be able to hear you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste Day, too.
Namaste Day. Every day.
It's Namaste Day. You know what? It should be Namaste Day every day.
Yeah.
You know, Mahansukn, that's a brilliant thing you just said. Namaste Day every day on Valentine's
I love that
Day.
background. That's beautiful.
I do too.
That's really pretty.
You know what? I just got something for Christmas. It is a spaceman that will light up the whole room like I'm in space, like stars in the galaxies. The whole room will be.
Get one of those. Those are so awesome.
I haven't used it yet. I'm going to hook it up one night on here so everybody can see that I'm in outer space. I'm feeling like if I put the spacey atmosphere here, that if I do that, I'm going to have some star people come into the room because they're going to feel comfortable like they're in outer space. So I'm thinking, if I do that, can I manifest Christed beings of light just appearing on the show through being an ambient space atmosphere? And the cat's still talking. She's not stopping. I have to focus on the show. She's talking. I need to focus on the show. Mal, 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 and Mal. I'm kind of talking to her in Mal language. But
So, Commander, when you get a little time, I sent you a message.
okay,
You're gonna want to read it.
okay, I will. I have
Um,
a feeling
so
now.
so Mikey was out there last night right after the show. And Mikey, I thought was out there, and I posted it because I thought Mikey was out there with a good ship,
Hmm.
because he'd moved from his the mountain that he really likes to hang around,
Yeah.
and he was over in a farther away mountain, and
Hmm.
he was out there, and he turned himself like this orangish red color, and he
Hmm.
was like, seemed to me like he was agitated. And at first I thought he was mad, and then I thought he was trying to communicate with me because he could hear me and he was acknowledging me what I was saying to him.
Yeah.
But I thought that he was telling me that this was a good ship that was out there, and it was not a good ship that was out there. I ended up finding out
Really?
a little bit later, because I had another visit, which I sent you a message about. But it
Did you
wasn't a good ship. It
did
was
you
a
get rid of Did you get rid of the ship?
I didn't. Mikey did.
Oh, good.
Mikey held him off at bay and shot something out at him. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of light thing, and the ship took off like quick. It was sitting there like right in front of them. It was like it looked like they were out of standoff, and Mikey did something like shot some kind of light or something out at him, and the ship was gone. Took off
Oh,
quick.
wow.
But
Um.
I was told that that this ship was been trying to get in over here past the protection that's on my property, and he's been trying for a few days, I guess, trying to get through the protection that's on my property. And um I was also told, okay, so I'm just gonna say it. I had another visitation last night. It was a
Mm-hmm.
brief visitation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, the original being had come down, and he was dropped down in like almost, it looked like a drop of water coming down from the sky. And
Mm-hmm.
I was in my window because I was having a snowstorm last night, and the being came down and was like standing in front of my window in front of me, having a conversation with me. Um, but the weather wasn't even affecting him. He was in that glow bubble thing that he walks around in, and
Yeah.
um, so he passed some information on to me, which I messaged you about, but
Mm.
he was telling me about what was going on, that the ship had been trying to get through the protection that they're placed on the property. Now, I also found out that Mikey is part of the angelic how did he word it?
It's
Basically part of the Ashtar Command angelic
Yes. Yes. The
sector
angelic.
of
Yes.
I guess of the fleet.
Yes.
And Mikey is basically protection for my property in this area.
Yes.
And that's what Mikey is. Mikey's
Mm-hmm.
protection. So
Yes.
he did his job, and I was freaking out about it because I didn't know what was happening. Something was going on. Mikey was flaring up, and he turned a different color. And usually he's all rainbows and peaceful, and
Right.
seemed like he was really agitated. I didn't know what was going on. I posted the little video, and then I kept watching what was happening up there, and then I saw that beam of light go to the other green ship that was out there, and the green ship ended up taking off.
Yeah. Well,
um,
that's because the green ship is probably, even though they have a green ship,
mm,
they're, you're well protected. Of course, the Ashtor Command, which he works with, Mikey, as
yeah,
you call him, uh, they are no force for the command. These beings that are trying to interfere, they're trying to stop things. They're scared of the Christed beings from the command. The angelic beings and all those all work together in synergy So you're very well protected. You always have been. You know that, and
Well,
you're
I knew that, but I didn't know that Mikey was placed here for that. So that was
yeah,
it's very comforting now to know this because I wasn't sure. Like, because remember, I told you that Mikey had been following me home from work, and I
yes,
didn't understand why. I thought he was just being playful and a friendly being, but he wasn't. He was protecting me. He's been
Mm.
protecting me. He followed me home from work to make sure the ship did not interfere with me.
oh yeah,
And
no,
there's like, of course, like I said, there's more to it, and I messaged you about it. We'll talk about it later if we something
yeah,
that we want to share on air,
yeah.
but that Mikey has been placed here for my protection, and that's great. It makes me feel so much better to know that even when I'm off my property that they're protecting me. It's absolutely mind-blowing and amazing.
Well, that's because you're. I've never said this, but you're very much an important part of the ground crew. Not that there's a lot of people here that are important in a humble way. Everyone's important, but you are important up there because you really are. You are like a light base for the galactic levels of light for the spiritual people of light. I've never said this before, but to read your story from my perspective, you are radiating so much light that you attract every single uh, level of extraterrestrial intelligence, including some of these that are not there for the right purposes, but they don't come very often, I don't think, do they? Because there's just
No,
too.
they don't. I think that's only the second like negative ship I've seen in almost a year now.
Yeah,
That I'm
yeah,
aware of. But the fact that Mikey has been like following me home from work and making sure that I'm protected, I'm just like really dumbfounded by that. But
hmm,
some of the information that being passed on to that the space man passed
space.
on to me.
Yeah,
Um, you'll understand why there's more significance to it than just that. But
yeah.
I'll let you. We'll talk about it later.
We
Um,
will, and I know the reason why we are working together. Without a question, there's a reason
yeah,
on the off planet levels that we have been connected to work together.
yeah,
There's a real that they're making sure that I am working with all the right people,
right.
and you operate at a very high frequency as I do, so that puts us on a level not above anybody. It's just that we are in a synergy of energy,
I
where
think it has to do with the important work that you and I have to do together. I don't know everything yet, but
me neither.
I got a small piece of it last night, so I passed that information on to you.
I'm going to
Um,
look at that too. Yeah.
you'll read it, and we'll talk about if we want to share that or not. But
Kit Kat says you're a dynamic duo. Thank you, Kit Kat. So are you. You're a dynamic person too, Kit Kat. I love her
thank
little
you, Krista.
profile with the cowboy hat. That's great. I always love that hat. That's pretty cool. Lennox Zagor, welcome user 175, watching Encounters. This is the real deal. This is a show that deals with cosmic truth from our space levels. We deal with disclosure discussions here. We deal with people's visitations. We have guest interviews here. Most definitely, Kit Kat. But we love everybody. Shannon Marie, welcome to the show, Shannon. Mr. DX.
Hi,
That's a good
guys.
name. We got Mr. DX in the house here in the Cosmic House. Good to have you with us. Manuel Hernandez, Shannon Lee, thank you for the likes. Ding Dong something. Lakota, good to see you, Lakota. Crazy Cricket. That's a good name. G Man 5222. Now, G Man could be that he or she works for the government, but who knows? One night, did you see Encounters on Netflix? No, Joker, I didn't see Encounters. You know why? Because you're watching Encounters right here. I'm just kidding. I know there's Encounters on Netflix, but this is the real Encounters. This is the one where we actually have live broadcasts and stuff.
Have you
You know,
watched any of that Encounters that's on Netflix?
I watched briefly some of it. I've not had a chance to really sit down and watch a lot of it, but I
I
have watched some of it.
wasn't quite sure how I felt about it. I mean, I believe that these people have these stories to tell, but I wasn't. I don't know. I feel like the people get more information about what's really going on in real life from the show, actually.
Yeah, they do.
I feel
I don't like to. I like to have I like to watch live interactions of people talking with each other, having real conversations. You know, I don't mind a documentary if it's a documentary about star beings or things of that nature. I tend to gravitate towards that if I can find it. But a lot of times I'm just happy to be here. And as you're looking at Mahansuk's screen, he's getting everybody into the cosmic universe. So you see the flows of energy that he's created on the screen. That's just great, Mahansuk. That's really good. And it brings you into it'll make people feel comfortable, relaxed on the show. And if you want to go into outer space, just look at the screen and you can feel like you're going out into space, traveling somewhere in the universe. It's a nice little background for the show. I watched it. It wasn't like it. They presented badly. Oh, okay. Hey Enzo, welcome to the show. Carrio. There's actually a person named Carrio. She just came in. 4DD
There's
something.
The bearded Clifford.
And, yeah,
Hi, Clifford.
Bearded Clifford. We have Francine.
His famous beard.
Melody's here. I bet you can sing a melody. Diana's here too. Carlos Reina is here. Good to have all the new people coming in here on the show. Danny Boy. That's a song. That was an Irish song called Danny Boy. You see, I'm pretty quick. Dr. Salvador. Oh, we have a doctor in the house. Dr. Salvador. Divine Light Codes. We like that. Hey, Divine Light Codes. Good evening. Good morning. All the new people in here.
And happy Valentine's Day to you, Clifford.
DJ PJ says, have you ever seen a unified TV? Is that unified or am I just missed? No, I've never seen that. What is that? That TV thing. Michael Pratt, 335. Welcome. Alex, welcome to the show. Alex. Andy Match. A James, 912. Zion, 121. Bubbles, 44. Hey, Bubbles. Rosalinda. Divina, 369. And there's so many names here. Denise. Grateful Alchemist. That's a good name. I would be grateful to be an alchemist, but I'm not. Betty Marie, Will with Christopher. David, welcome to the show. And just welcome. Jessica, good to have you with us always. Ugh, good to have you with us, Ugh. Always D-Money, thank you for the likes. Look it up, Unified TV, it's cool. We'll have to check that out. If it has anything to do with like UFOs or ETs or that kind of stuff, we'll probably check it out. Piper Ellie, welcome to the show. You're watching Encounters, a show that's out of this world. I'm CmdrAleon from Mars. My friends here are friends with Furries from Vermont, who has documented many things on her property, including spaceships of light, space beings of light, fairies, also just a lot of beautiful things happening.
And small ships from the Ashtar Command.
And small ships from the Ashtar Command. And also we have very big ships that are like way bigger than a bunch of houses put together. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, those things were miles long.
Mm. Hey, Jessica, good to see you. Good evening. Katie, good evening. Jackie F., thanks for the likes. We want to get to 100,000 likes. I'm a true believer in making things happen. Joker says, I do believe Obama went to Mars because the source is credible. I'm not sure who the source is that he went to Mars. You'd have to send me a link on the source and then I can decipher whether it's a real source or not. You know, because whatever the credible source is, take everything with a grain of salt. And if it's coming from a website, again, take it with a grain of salt. Or, you know, what have you. But I think we are in the midst of some things that are going to happen. I think we're in the midst of some great things to look forward to. There's definitely been an energy shift. I mean, if anyone feels that this last snowstorm we had, it was really good because it kept most people, at least in this area, from going out anywhere. And sometimes that's a good thing because then people have to be at home and reflect on who they are, what they're doing. Other times they might be just sitting around doing nothing. But I think we're in for a lot of energy shifts. We're going through energy shifts around the planet. And I do believe it'll affect just about every living human soul or being that lives here. Angel Hoffman says, I could work on the likes with love if you say hello, Angel. Of course, Angel. Why not? Why would we not say hello to you? Encounters is a place filled with positivity, and we just hear all kinds of people's stories. It's a beautiful space. It's like one big book, and the book keeps changing. The chapters keep growing on here. I'm just amazed after last year, being on all last year when I first came on here, how many stories I've heard, how many interesting things people have talked about. So everyone say hello to Angel. You got
Hello,
the little
Angel.
hello, Angel. I can work on the likes with love if you say hello, Angel. Who would not want to say hello to an angel? You know, I would say hello to an angel anytime.
Commander, did I ever tell you what my daughter's name is?
Her name is Angel.
No, my daughter's name is Heaven.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. Her
That's
grandmother
a good
named her
name.
before she passed away.
Oh, really?
Yep, gave her that name special. Her name is Heavenly.
Heavenly. Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How old was she when she passed away?
My mom was in the hospital dying when my daughter was born. And my daughter was born with her heart duct wouldn't close. And just before my mother passed away, they brought her up to see my daughter. And when my daughter passed, it's a beautiful story, but a sad story. But when they brought my mother up to see her, her last words were, because I hadn't named her, I told her she had to live because we knew how
Mm,
sick she was, that she had to live because she had to name her granddaughter. Her last
mm,
words were, she's my little heaven sent. She goes, that's her name. She said, Heavenly. They took her back down to her room after she gave her name, and within 45 minutes, my mother had passed away. But when my mom passed away, my daughter's heart duct wouldn't close, and they were going to have to ship her to Boston to a specialty hospital up there. But my daughter was so premature and so tiny. She was
yeah.
1 pound 11 ounces when she was born. That they were afraid that she wasn't going to survive the trip. But
Wow.
when my mother passed away, when she died, my daughter's heart duct closed.
Mm,
So it was like a
wow.
really special story. It's
That
true.
is.
But my
That's
daughter
amazing.
lived. My daughter lived. My mother passed away. So it was like my mother gave her spirit to my daughter. It's sad but beautiful.
Sad but beautiful story.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That is an amazing story. I never knew that. That is really a beautiful story,
Yeah.
you know?
So,
Yeah, it's true. So it was beautiful and bittersweet, Kit Kat says.
yeah.
Like this as a miracle. It was. It's definitely a miracle.
Yep, they told me that my daughter wouldn't not walk. They told me my daughter would have all these medical issues, and they said a lot of things because of how tiny she was when she was born. And when my mother passed and passed her energy on to my daughter is actually taller than me. They said she wouldn't make it past 4 foot, but my daughter's taller than me. My daughter is one of the strongest people that I know,
Mm,
and she is a force to be reckoned with. They said my daughter would be this weakling, that she would be tiny and she would always have health issues, and my daughter is strong, stronger than most boys.
yeah, I believe it. That's the one that was protected from going off the road.
Absolutely, that was her.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is
She was
amazing.
actually one of the first varsity football players, female football players in Chittenden County.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what Chittenden County is. Yep. When I used to live up in Washington County, so
yeah,
I'm very familiar. Um, yeah, well, I'm so glad she's here. She's definitely a special person.
she is. But I just thought I'd share that.
No, I'm glad
But
you did. It's nice to be able to share stories on here like that.
yeah,
Yeah, very, very true. And it's one of those kind of nights. We're almost into Thursday. Well, we're into Thursday morning. For some reason, I'm in this kind of feeling of energy right now, and I probably will share it with you. It just feels like I've been going through some physical stuff the last few days, and it's still happening, and I'm still working on it, and I'm still asking for healing. And I'm also a fighter. When this thing happens like this, I'm not sure if it's the weather affecting me or what it is, but it's funny. Like the one thing that is very clear is my conscious and my what I do cosmically. My whole mind is totally activated. My whole body is, but so I'm always now working on. I've been walking it out, and today I went back to my office, and I was fine sitting down, and I'm just trying to walk it out, and it's just one of those things that I'm saying this has to be gone, soon, and it will be soon because before April comes, way before that, this will be gone. But I keep saying it has to be gone because I have to go out in the field. I have to be able to get together with our group and do these C5 gatherings to vector in the spaceships of light. And there's so many things I need to do. I got plenty of stuff to do. But when you're in this mode for a few days, that's all you think about is, okay, this is happening here and it needs to just clear up so you can do the mission work. And I think we've all gone through stuff like that.
Yes.
Thank you, Clifford. I actually, it gets frustrating on a human level, but at the same token, I know it's just what's happening, and I'm doing everything I can do to make sure it goes away. It sort of has not affected me doing my broadcast or anything, which is good, but it's frustrating sometimes. Thank you, Tiffany. I guess I put up so much energy that I sometimes don't realize that I can get affected, that there are times like I'll say, oh, I need to take a break, for a day or two and just kind of focus on, just healing. So I've been doing that. I've been asking the Cosmic Christ to do some work, and peace and love, Callie Burr. Good to see you. Peace and love. It's just Termac. I've got my apple cider, and I'm just
and I've got my apple
refocusing energy.
juice.
You have
I
your
brought
apple
apple
juice.
juice with me tonight. Yes, I did. I didn't have cider, but I brought apple juice. I figure I'd get on the apple bandwagon.
I do have an addiction, but don't tell anybody. I have an addiction, folks. I admit it. I have an addiction to apple cider. I'm addicted to apple cider. The good thing is, though, if I drink apple cider on TikTok, I can't get banned. So if you never want to get banned on TikTok, make sure you drink apple cider and you'll be good. I guarantee it. If you like peach juice, Simply has a great one. Oh, yeah, Simply juices are pretty good. I like their blueberry juice. I love blueberry juice, like
I've been all
natural
about
blueberry
the
juice.
pomegranate juice for a little while. I really like
That's good too. Michigan Golden Star says Michigan has the best apple cider. I believe you. I believe you, Golden Star. And I'm going to actually bring Golden Star on here. I do things spontaneously. I like the name Golden Star, so I'm bringing Golden Star on here to come on live because I like what Golden Star says in her profile. Her profile says, leading the Rainbow Gang all the way to heaven on earth, as above, so below. We love that name. I've invited you, Golden Star, to come on live on Encounters, if you so wish to. We're at about 53,500. We need to get that 100,000 likes, folks. Let's do it. Before 1 o'clock, we want 100,000 likes. Golden Star, welcome to the show.
Did you post your galaxies up, Commander?
Oh, I don't think I did. I think I need to. The galaxies are here. I didn't post them, so I'm going to pin the galaxies. My goal is 5 galaxies for tonight on the 14th on Valentine's. It's now past Valentine's Day, but past Valentine's Day. It's still Valentine's Day?
It's still Valentine's Day here.
Oh, good. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Texas.
Oh, it is Valentine's Day in Texas. You're right. It's an hour behind me. Well, it could be
Yep.
still Valentine's Day here too. We're in Connecticut, so it's still Valentine's Day. We're
Time is
extending
illusion.
Valentine's Day. Hey, GoldenStar, nice to have you with us. I love your little thing on your profile. I have a feeling
Thank you.
you've had some experiences on the cosmic realm. And what would you like to share with us?
How much time do you have?
We got time.
That's all we have, right?
We have more than just time. We don't run in time here. We run beyond time on encounters. There is no time on encounters.
We're on the galactic clock.
We're on the galactic clock here.
Exactly. It's probably the first time that I actually connected on galactic time. I don't remember doing this before. But
See, there you go.
no, I've been on this journey since August of last year, since I started posting. I've deleted a lot of my posts, so it's not too confusing if people go on my profile and check it out. But I pretty much detail my experience that I had in August, and I went from there. I found out that I'm a natural detective, and I like to go deep on things and figure out where I came from and the whole process that happened to me. Regarding the abductions, I had a very weird experience when I was a kid, thanks to my brother, who did not want me to be born when he found out that my parents were having a girl, another girl, because I'm the second sister. Yeah.
Okay.
So my brother and my
Interesting.
sister were born 1 year apart, and I was born 10 years later. And my mom told me that she decided to have me to keep her company because my brother and my sister, they gel with each other, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty much like an only child from the same set of parents. But yeah, not only my brother didn't want me to be born, he also walked away. You know, he was 9 years old when I was born, and he walked away from the house. So I wasn't too happy about that. But, you know, later on, I haven't had many good experiences with my brother. So another time my mom was at work and he decided to go to the store. She's like, well, take Patricia with you. And he's like, no, I don't think so. But I followed him anyway. Well, he lost me that day because
Yeah.
they couldn't find me. I was at a store with him and he lost track of me and I got lost. And my mom didn't find me until later on. I was in the radio station. She found me because somebody walked me to the radio station, and that's where I was found. You know, somebody heard on the radio and called her, and they're like, "Hey, can you pick up your daughter up?" Because I could barely talk or tell what happened to me.
You were at
So
a radio station. What year was this?
yep. This was I was probably maybe like 2 years old, 2, 3. I'm
Oh
thinking
my
4.
gosh. Mm-hmm.
Because I could barely say where I lived or what my parents' names were. You know, I didn't give the radio any information about me. So my mom had to go to the radio station, but the guy that dropped me off there had left already.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I couldn't say what happened to me. I didn't have any memories of that encounter.
So let me backtrack. So I get the
That was
feeling.
back
Well, we're
then in 78. If you want to know the year, it's probably in the 70s, 78, 77.
so are you saying on encounters that 2 or 3 years old you were abducted?
I'm not saying I was abducted. I'm saying I disappeared and was found in a radio station.
That's interesting. So,
Yeah.
and do you have any recollection now at this stage of your life? Do you remember? This is very interesting. Do you have any remembrance of anything? Have you been through a hypnotic regression or anything to try to remember what happened at that age?
I have done ayahuasca in 2 different occasions that I got many messages in those experiences with ayahuasca regarding my purpose on this lifetime. And for me to trust myself, and you know, the ayahuasca experience, I could spend hours talking about it because I cannot talk about it enough. You know, I think it helped me put the pieces of the puzzle together, you know, everything that was missing in my life so I could make the connections of what happened since the moment I was born until right now. I can make all the connections based on everything that I have experienced, and also by studying the galactic system, checking out the messages from the different star seeds, and finding myself within them, within the first wave, because that's the Christ consciousness, and that's the one that I'm attached to. Is that
Oh,
consciousness?
beautiful.
Yeah.
So this thing when you were 2 to 3 years old, you had been missing for how long at that point? Like an hour, a half hour? Do you remember?
My mom's memory is not that great right now. She's gonna turn 80 this year, so she still remembers the story because we never forget something like that when it happens to one of our kids. But yeah, she doesn't have a lot of, her memory is going fast, so it's hard to tell. Like my brother also won't talk about that very much, so there's not a lot of information. But I do have many friends in the radio family in Brazil that I still keep up with to this day. And like I said, I have a specific friend that sought me. I went to Brazil this year, and he really wanted to talk to me about something. And I haven't seen him in forever. I didn't even remember him, but he was like telling me very vivid things that he needed to talk to me about. And he's like, I need to see you, but I didn't get a chance to get in touch with him, and I don't know what he wanted to tell me so much. But I do have a feeling that was related to something like this, because I can see the connections between, the stations and the towers and all the methods used to attract one of those entities, or,
Yeah, probably
spaceships.
the spaceships and the space people. I have a feeling,
Yeah.
the little I know of your story, that you were interacting with space
There you
people.
go.
So I definitely feel that. I don't know much more other than what you can tell me, even though I can read into stories a lot. I am listening to it, and I get the feeling that when you had the missing time, did you feel like, okay, as a little kid, when you were at the radio station, did you, wow, this is kind of interesting. Where am I? What happened? How'd you feel?
According to my mom, when she got there, because I was so young, I don't remember, but when she got there, she said that I was sitting on the table and there's a lot of people around me, and kind of like they were spoiling me with chocolates and candies. There's all kinds of candies around me on the table. And she said that I was having a good old time. She was almost dying looking for me, and I was just having a good old time there. So I couldn't tell what happened to me during that time.
Now, when that happened with the people given, these are people that when they were around you too, because was this like in a town where this radio station was? Where was this?
Yeah. Brazil.
In Brazil. Oh, this all happened in Brazil. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now I get it. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Brazil's had a lot of space people being activity for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you had probably an encounter with star people of some sort.
I wonder if they were the ones who saved her and walked her to that radio station. I bet you it was her star family looking out for her.
As April's in Vermont, I think you're right about that, April. I think you were probably protected by star people. That's what I'm getting. You weren't abducted or anything. You had no problems. You were missing Earth time.
I was safely returned, but there's another experience that I want to talk about that came much later.
Okay.
But I became a mom when I was 19 and wasn't ready to be a mom. So I wanted an abortion. So my whole family was against that. I was going to do it anyway. So on the day that I was going to do it, I got a phone call from my best friend saying that her dad had just passed away and she needed me to be there with her. So I dropped everything that I was doing and went to her. And so that made me think about, life and death and what I was about to do. So I decided to not go ahead because I saw that as a sign from the divine that I was not supposed to do what I was about to do. And I decided to go ahead and have my daughter. So I had a daughter when I was 19. And this daughter, when she was 2 years old, also that same age, 2, almost 3, 10 days before her 3rd birthday, she fell out of the window of the 3rd floor where we
Are you
lived in
kidding me?
Brazil. No, I'm not kidding. And
Wow. What happened to her?
that's when my time stopped. When she fell out of the window, I felt like time has stopped because I was getting ready for work and she was sitting on my bed, standing close to the window. There was no net on the window, but she never went up to the window because she knew better. And then I was brushing my hair, getting ready to go to work. And she's like, "Mom, look at the bee." That's what she said, "Look at the bee." And I could not understand at the time why she was talking about a bee. But when I turned around, she was gone. And then she had felt already, she was already down on the ground. Thank God there was grass underneath. So she didn't die.
Oh,
She didn't
okay.
die. So we ran downstairs because I didn't have an elevator. We just ran down the stairs, me and the maid that worked for me. And she was unconscious. And I stopped the car because I didn't have a car at the time. So I stopped the first car that I saw and asked them to drop me off at the hospital with my daughter. And in the car, she started crying. She came to it, because up until then, she was unconscious. When she came back, she told me that she saw God. And that's from the mouth of a 2-year-old, almost 3. She said that she saw God, and God yelled at her because it wasn't her time to be there yet, that she had a mission on this planet and she needed to come back. Her mission was to take care of me and be my angel in this life, but not in those words. But now I understand that was her mission. So she came back, and when that happened, my aunt, which is my uncle that passed away, he was a pastor. He's the one that married me. I'm divorced, but he performed my wedding in Brazil and officiated. And she said that the church was praying for Julia, my daughter, because they're like, she is a special angel of God. She is here. Everyone could feel the power of that moment, and what happened to her and why she needed to come back to warn everyone. But since then, like she's 29 now, she's in Michigan, and she has strayed away from God and, everything that she knew back then in Brazil because, university has changed her mind a bit. She wanted to be a missionary, but I told her, no, go get a degree first and then you can go be a missionary, because my mom would always tell me something that I never forgot. That was like, hey, you need to get a college degree, because when you do that in Brazil, you go to the better prison. We have a different prison system in Brazil. So if you go to the general population, if you don't have like a degree or something, you go to general population, because we have a lot of politicians there, So the politicians or anyone that has a college degree or above, they go to the better prison. So you're not mixed up with the general population, but it's still prison, What's UAP? I don't know what UAP.
UAP is unidentified aerial phenomena. It used to be called UFOs or flying saucers. UAP is just a terminology for unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I saw last year then, aerial phenomena, because I saw that rainbow that everybody talks about in the night sky. So that's what happened to me last August, and I tell that story on my channel. But yeah, that's Julia's mission in my life, and everything that happened ever since, it's just been very clear to me today why it had to happen this way.
Yeah. And, you really were talking about on Encounters with GoldenStar. Your name is Julia. Is that your actual name?
No, that's my daughter's name. My name is Patricia.
Name. Patricia.
Yeah,
Your name's Patricia. Your daughter's name is Julia.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're watching Encounters. We have Patricia on here. Her daughter's name is Julia. And she's talking about her encounter, which when she was 2 to 3 years old, I believe she was now, I think she was taken to do, with information as a little kid with space people, and then she was returned to this area at a radio station in Brazil. Very interesting story. Very interesting story. Any questions, April, for our guest?
No, I just think that was an amazing story.
Yeah, me too.
That, so what do you think that bee was?
I think it was a pollinator because, well, that's another thing that I didn't talk about that I think it should be important to talk about. Before Julia fell, I was at work. I used to work at the National Department of Transportation in Brasilia first, and then after that, I went to the Ministry of Justice. But when I was working at the department, there was a man that showed up there at my workplace, and he said he wanted to talk to Patricia. And everybody pointed at me, and I'm like, well, I didn't call anybody to come here. He was a clairvoyant. And he said that he needed to do a reading or a session for Patricia, and Patricia called him there. And there was no other Patricia there, so I was puzzled, but I'm always curious about everything in life, so I'm a curious cat. I had to go check it out, He's like, do you have any place that we can go and be alone? And I'm like, yeah, we can go to my mom's office. She's not working today. So we went up to another floor of the building, went to my mom's office. He asked me to take off my shoes, and he took off his shoes, and we were holding hands. And he closed his eyes, and he told me a lot of things about my future. He was feeling my energy. So he's like, I can see that you're going to live in the United States. You're going to marry an American guy. You're going to have a son with him. And he said I was going to break up with my boyfriend at the time. My boyfriend, if I stayed with him, he was going to cheat on me. He just said a bunch of things that were going on at the time. He described the place that my boyfriend lived at the time, which wasn't Brasilia, was Rio de Janeiro. I never been to his place. And this guy described the place that my boyfriend was at the time. I was like, can you see him? And he's like, yes, I can. And I'm like, okay, what is he doing right now? And he's like, well, he's in a place with a tent and a bunch of people around. And so I was like, that's interesting, because he told me he was at work, right? So that night, he called me, and I was talking about, so what did you do today at work? And he's like, well, I left work a little early today to take my nephew to the circus. So I was like, oh, that's the tent place with a bunch of people, So I was just amazed by everything that the guy told me, and he got my address. So after this encounter with this clairvoyant, he kept sending me letters because he was from a different state, and he didn't give me any address to return to send anything to him. So I could only receive his letters. And in the letters, he kept talking about things from the future, just giving me some pointers. And then he started talking about Julia falling. And he's like, be careful with your daughter. She's going to fall. You be careful with her, and I didn't pay too much attention for that because she was 2 years old at the time. Kids fall all the time. I never thought he was talking about something like that. So sure enough, that's what happened to her. So that was a powerful, powerful message for me. And regarding the bee story, that's another interesting thing that happened to us, to me and Julia, because we live in separate states, right? I'm in Texas, she's in Michigan. But we do have this psychic connection with each other. I thought she was in the same vibration that I am right now. But well, she thinks I'm bipolar because she's studying psychology. She's getting her master's degree right now, and she doesn't understand the spiritual process. She does like tarot, she understands energies, but she doesn't make the connection between the spiritual process and, the Bible and God and everything that she learned as a kid. So she was diagnosed with being bipolar herself.
Wow.
And she stopped believing in God when she went to college. She started thinking that she's bipolar. She's taking all this medication just to feel normal. And then she told me, just as I started this experience last year, after I was in the middle of it, she called me one day and she said that she heard voices telling her that I pushed her out of the window. And that's when the flags started going up for me, because I'm like, who is telling her that? Because I was there. I know the truth. I even today, I went out and I looked up at the sky. I'm like, God, you know me and you know my heart. Nobody else needs to know my heart. If I am lying and if I push Julia out of the window, you can send a lightning in my head right now, because that's how confident I am in the truth of what happened.
Right.
You know?
So how could that possibly? So somebody was messing with you and telling you did this when you didn't do anything like that. You know your own beingness. So if you know your own beingness, then it doesn't matter what anybody says, because they're just giving you misinformation about yourself.
Oh, but that's not a person. That's a voice in her head, and that's my concern. It wasn't a person telling her that. It was voices in her head, and that's my concern about the spiritual world. You can have light entities and you can have dark entities, and it's very easy to confuse the two, and you're thinking you're hearing something from God, but you're not, if you're not in the same frequency.
Well, that's why you have to be on the same frequency. But also the other thing is, I'm from Mars, so for me, when I look at these stories from Earth, the one thing that people on other planets live in is in a cosmic Christed consciousness, which means that their whole body, their whole vibrational frequency, their whole consciousness is constantly protected from source. That means there's no cosmic jokers that can have voices in somebody's head. That's easy to fix and repair. The way to do that is to switch it over to cosmic consciousness vibration, and those voices will disappear in a nanosecond. That's all that has to be done.
How does one switch to that if they don't believe in God?
Well, first we don't have, leaving the God thing out of it, switching into a cosmic Christ consciousness and letting the person know that, the perception of God on Earth has been somewhat distorted. So if you believe in God from a non-Earth based understanding of God versus what you understand on Earth, it is distorted about the teachings of what God is on Earth by many religions.
I understand God from both points of view, and that's the thing about me, because I lived through it within my family, and also, so I have that base. I feel like the Bible, yes, is very important, but that's like kindergarten level when it comes to your spirituality. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people on TikTok talking about the Bible and discussing about the trilogy, and they're still talking about it to this day, which means they still haven't matured spiritually enough to understand what is the next level of that faith, that God is everywhere and everything and everyone. It works through everyone. It's the energy. So to understand and grasp that concept, you have to go through a spiritual awakening, and that's timed with the universe, So my awakening happened right on time, because the universe is composed by numbers. That's the matrix that people can't get off, the matrix, because they're so fixed on the numbers, and they're fixed on the universe, and they're manifesting to the universe and trying to work with the energies. But the energies have changed because the universe is controlled by God, and nothing is going to happen that God doesn't allow, and nobody can stop what's coming either. So it's just a matter of aligning the energies of both sides, of people that believe in the universe and manifesting and tarot readings and all that, because I'm all about that too. I've learned about tarot a lot for the past 2 years, even before this started. So that's why I'm able to grasp the concept right now of energies.
So let me just say this. The one thing I tell people is get away from card readings, get away from channelings, get away from all that stuff. The most important thing you can do
now.
The most important thing everyone can do, and even on my show here, I'll tell people that straight out, is just focus on the higher self, which connects to the source, which is God. From the indigenous tribes, they'll call God the creator. They do. From the Western civilization, or from non-indigenous tribal understanding spiritually, the creator is God. And some people will say, oh, I'm connecting with source. Source, God, and creator are all the same energy, all the same light, all the same beingness. So when we talk about God, and you're right on the money about it, is that God is really not on a dollar bill, although he's on a dollar bill or it's on a dollar bill. That's not God. That's the perceptions of man on earth is that we distort the understanding of what God is. God is not he or she or it. God is just God. God is light. God is love.
Of
On all the
course.
planetary worlds in the universe, everyone who lives on other planets sees God as God being universal, not being limited by any church or temple or mosque or, earth-based religion. The planet Earth has been so distorted in its understandings of the universe and of life, but now the planet is having its matrix busted, and that's what we're here to do as Starseed. And
Yeah.
I think you're Starseed too. I think when you're talking about being a little, being, the little girl, the 2 to 3 year old that was missing and for a time, it all relates to the connection to the stars on a very cosmic level. So your stories all are interconnected in some way.
Yeah, they are. And by the way, I do have a cat that went missing. I could never find the cat back. Her name is Mia. So if you find Mia,
Mia,
just let me know. Mia.
Mia. If I find
Yeah.
Mama Mia, that means Mia met a Mama Mia, and then maybe there's a Papa Pia,
I believe she's
and
trying to communicate with me too.
it could
So
be.
And
okay.
I think your daughter, as far as everything that's going on with her, she's still very young and still easily influenced by the people around her. I think your daughter will come around, I really
Thank you,
do.
Venus. Thank you, Venus, for the roses. I did
Oh,
see that.
thank you. I know she's gonna come around because my mom put her knees on the floor every day, like praying for us, for protection. She's back in Brazil. She turns 80 this year, and she's my God. My mom is my God. She's the one that, I associate with the heart of Mary and the best heart. I know I'm not the most gooey person. I'm like a cactus, I can be prickly outside, gooey inside. That's how I am. So I would not define myself as like super Christ consciousness person, but I don't need to be because my mom is. I have that example in my life. So I strive every day to be more like her, and her theme is like, if you can say yes, why are you going to say no? So
Right.
regarding the tarot cards, it was important for me because I grew up with a religious background and, seeing God in that light. But I needed that jump from that part to the spiritual part because without one, you cannot have the other, So that's the
Right.
marriage of those two things, like the eye, the hand with the eye with the part of God and Christ, because
Right.
seems like they have broken up and they don't
Well,
want to get back together.
well, once you throw out religion, you're totally free. I tell people, if you're born Jewish, Catholic, whatever it is, I'm very, very clear about this. Coming from working with the Ashtar Command, which I've worked with, being a contactee since the 60s and having space people in a ship look at me through a window. I was looking at my brother's room in a cul-de-sac in Long Island when I was a kid, and the spaceship was there. And the men, women, and children were looking at me. They had light blue spacesuits on, and they were beautiful people. I mean, they were just so beautiful. And they told me I wasn't from Earth. And as I got older and started waking up, I started to realize I was not from here. I was from Mars. I told kids in my neighborhood playing stickball one day, we're playing stickball, and I blurted out of my mouth out of nowhere. Now, just get this. I might be 10 or 11 years old, maybe. I don't remember. And I say to the other 2 or 3 kids in the cul-de-sac playing stickball, "Oh, I said, however I said it, I'm from Mars." I said to them, "I'm from Mars." They got really angry when I said that. I never said to anybody when I was a kid, "I'm from Mars." Now, why would a kid come out in the middle of nowhere during the daytime playing stickball with 2 or 3 other kids and say they're from Mars and get the other kids mad? And at that point, I guess my inner waking up of who I was in the human form came out, and I said, "I'm from Mars." And after that, I started seeing spaceships. all kinds of different ships, and then I came out of the closet on my radio show. I came out 21 years ago on my radio show and said, I got to tell you something. I got to just get this out in the open. I said, I'm from Mars. When I started my show here on TikTok, because I was already out of the closet, I said, I'm from Mars. I explained why I'm from Mars. I expressed things about Mars that people didn't know about. About the lies that the government has talked about our planet Mars and the people living on it. There's 10 to 15 million people, very spiritual, loving Martians living on Mars. You're not going to hear that from NASA.
No.
Yeah, they're allowed to. They can send their probes there and their Land Rovers there. And the thing is, they already know there are people living on Mars. They do. They're not going to tell the public that. Pearl, good evening. Pearl 733, good night. Hope you have a good morning. They're not going to tell anybody that. And ever since that time, yes, Bud says to me, do you have a physical body on Mars? Yes. On Mars, I'm a little bit taller and I have long hair. So I'm a little bit taller. I have a beard and long hair.
Interesting.
Yeah. On Mars, Gene Harper says, how do we breathe on Mars? Mars actually has a very similar atmosphere to Earth. The rover has actually had times to show you the atmosphere. It's a lighter blue sky, but it has a blue sky on it. It has an atmosphere. Contrary to what NASA scientists or any astro scientists or space scientists tell you on Earth, people can walk on the surface now on Mars who live there, and they don't have to wear anything particular to breathe on the surface. The Martian population is definitely able to breathe on the surface. Once in a while, you'll see the Land Rover get pictures of physical humans walking around on the surface, and those are Martians. There are Martians that walk around in certain parts of Mars. There are certain structures on Mars that are on the surface now. There are buildings. There are people living on the surface. But most of the Martian population lives within Mars. They don't live on the surface.
Well, when my ex-husband went to visit me in Brazil for the first time, because we met online, and when I saw him at the airport gathering his luggage, I could definitely tell who he was, because he looks ginormous compared to Brazilians, So for us, there, he is the Martian.
He is the Martian.
He looks giant there.
He looks giant there. And speaking
It's
of
all
giants,
about perspective. I'm pretty small myself. I'm 5'3".
Oh, I gotcha.
So,
oh, there you go.
yeah.
Well, that's good. We're
I'm
at
human.
66 human. Well, you're more than human. You just think you're human.
Yeah.
We're at 66.7. We need to get everybody tapping. We should have been at 100,000 people right now, 100,000 likes. So can we do 100,000 likes right now? I want every single human space person on Earth mission, whoever you are, new or old to the show, press that button, tap, tap, tap away. I want to be in 15 minutes, in 10 minutes, I want to be at 100,000. So the clock is on for 10 minutes to get to 100,000. That means I'm going to see if everybody gets pro-activated, activated, totally motivated. Because, when you meet the space people, you're going to have to be motivated and excited. So just think like you're meeting some space people right now, and they're coming to Earth to land their ship. And they're going to greet you for the first time from the planet
I've been waiting for them.
You've been waiting, see? She's been waiting.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get up to 100,000 to show the space people that we are the kind of folks that want to make contact with our space brothers and sisters. Do you really want to make contact with them?
144,000.
100. We'll take 144,000. There you go.
Okay.
That's 70.5. I'm looking at the numbers
I like
here.
that number better.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll
Let's
get to
not miss anyone,
144,000.
okay?
Richard Dawson says, I'm waiting too. We don't want to keep people waiting. We want to make it happen now. We are
Absolutely.
the ones that are going to make it happen. That's why I came to Earth, to get people activated, motivated, off of the rocking chair. Get off the rocking chair, folks. No reason to sit on the rocking chair.
But no,
sit on
it's
a meditation
not really.
Here to
pillow.
bust the matrix.
Yeah,
I don't
just sit
see
on a
this
couch.
as No, it's not. I don't see it that way because this new generation is smarter than we think. I just think it's the bridge between the older generation, the ones born before the digital era,
Yeah,
and this generation that we have right now. There's a huge gap in technology, so they
yeah.
could not catch up without us. We have to make this bridge to so people can understand what the truth is when they're deprived of all the programming that the world
Yeah.
has done to us. We have to
Well, it's
see
been a lot of
clearly now.
programming. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of half kidding when I say that, get off the rocking chair and all that. But now there's somebody who wants to come on live, but here's how this works. When people come on live, just to reiterate for new people, you have to be over 18, no kids, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no, none of that. No foul language on the show. We keep it at a very, very high level on this show. This is a show, not a regular TikTok free for all, like on some places on TikTok, and there are plenty of those. So if you're coming on live, we need to know what you want to talk about. So type in your actual sentence here, so I got an understanding of what you want to share in the cosmic levels about ETs, visitations. It could be crop circles, the Bigfoot, anything related. My OB experience, if Dawson says, and I think there's another person, Nature's Whisper says fairies, and we only have a few more minutes here because it is getting late, and I'm going to rest my physical body to heal this other thing. I followed your show a couple of years ago and still follow, buddy. Oh, good. See you, Paul Williams. Welcome. Out of body experiences, yes. And what's the other person there? I think the person I wanted to come on before, I think it was Donnie. Donnie, what did you want to talk about, Donnie? Donnie requested to go on live. I want to know what you wanted to talk about on encounters. Once I know what people's topics are, then I can look at that. Life after death. Let me think on that, because if it's related to like a cosmic experience, we'd like to get into it. We try to keep focused on, it might be an, out of body experience, life to death question. Okay. Life to death question mark. What's the question, Donnie? J Jones, welcome to the show. Let's see here. I'm just trying to read people's things here too. Let's see. Jody, welcome, Jody. Commander, you need some turmeric, ginger, and pineapple. I think I can get some of that, Alicia. I think we have some of that here. Pineapple I can pick up. For the back, okay, I'll have to get some of that tomorrow. I hear a clock ticking. Now it's stopped. Anybody have a clock? GoldenStar, do you have a clock?
12:15 here.
Was your clock ticking?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what somebody heard. Your clock was ticking. That was Tiffany. That was GoldenStar's clock. How can I help the Intergalactic Confederation while in my body? Don't worry about the Intergalactic Confederation. You can help the Ashtar Galactic Command, which oversees everything, by just focusing and centering with your higher self. Connect with your higher self while you're in your physical body, and you'll connect to your cosmic self. Higher self to cosmic self to the galactic self. That's the way to do it, through meditation. I left at 11:11. They are good reducing inflammation. Oh, good. Let's see here. Oh, I think Friends with Furry went to sleep. I feel after my experiences, you can explore other planets and beyond. Interesting. Interesting. Are you tapping GoldenStar?
No. Do you have a question for me?
Oh no, I thought I heard. Okay, you might have. Maybe your. I think the your microphone is amplifying a little bit here. That's all right. friend Commander, I'm gonna hop down. I've got a big day tomorrow. Oh, okay. Take care. I'm gonna read that message before I go to sleep. It is getting to about 116. So when we get to 100,000, we'll save interviews for tomorrow night. So keep yourselves conscious of what you want to talk about here. And when we start the show tomorrow, we'll get some interviews going with people. Golden Star, I want to thank you for sharing your story and your journey. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you again.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought you up here on Encounters. Thanks for being here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
So we're going to let Golden Star go for tonight. I am following you. And everybody follow each other. And let me just do this here. And we're getting to wind down the show. We're going to wait till we get to 100,000. Then the commander's going to go off planet. And I actually will meditate and go off planet after the show's over. We appreciate everything. And if you wish to send any gifts right now, you can do that before the show's over. We actually have 5 galaxies. We're pinning 5 galaxies here. I've got it set for 5. Omar CBFW says UFO. Omar said UFO. Follow Omar CFBW. Omar, we'll follow you. And if you had a UFO encounter, Omar will be on tomorrow night on Encounters. Kit Kat, thank you for the roses always. And we're going to now let people go crazy with gifting any which way they want. Kit Kat, thank you again for all those roses. Man, Kit Kat's definitely on the lead here. Towards the end of the show, we like to do this. Omar, I've seen 6 UFOs today. Omar, if you can be on tomorrow night on Thursday evening for the show, we get on at 11 o'clock in the evening. We'd love to hear your story. Kit Kat's definitely beating everybody else up. Ice cream, Heart Puffs, Kit Kat. She's got it all going there on those gifts. I have a feeling she's going to beat everybody out here. So the way that works, if you have TikTok gifts and TikTok coins, you can actually send gifts. She's definitely doing it. Star Truther says, can you communicate with Commander Iltrin? No, I only can contact Imo Kadar Manka. Thank you, Star Truth. Thank you for the roses. I only communicate Angel Hoffman. Thank you for the heart. Kit Kat's now taking over again. I don't type messages as often as haven't had any other sightings, so I'd rather just listen in. Now that's fine there, Paul Williams. Listening is the great. I listen a lot too. Kit Kat's got everybody going. She's really beating everybody out there. She sent me a donut. She sent all these things. She's beating everybody out of TikTok gifts. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's now at 92.8. We're almost at 100,000. Angel Hoffman has given me a team bracelet. Thank you. Angel Hoffman's getting in the act. Angel Hoffman's sending me 1 rose. Thank you, Angel Hoffman. A tiny Deanie. Thank you. I get 1 of each. I'm getting a fire from Angel Hoffman. I'm getting a chili pepper. I got a beer. I like that. I got fiery eyes, folks. I knew it. Angel McReynolds gave me firing eyes. Angel Hoffman is giving me fire. Chili. Man, I'm going to have a good meal tonight. That chili's going to make me wake up. I won't go to sleep with it, you know. Wow, I'll tell you, we got some competition going here. Jackie F has got me a doggy woggy. Hey, Spaceman, thanks for following us. We appreciate that. Definitely. I like the name Spaceman. That's a good name. Thank you for the roses, Star Truther. Let's see. Someone's going to end up showing me a big gift before I go to sleep here. We're at almost 100,000. Someone's going to use 1,000 TikTok coins in a minute. Angel Hoffman, thank you. Thank you so much for the roses. Beautiful. Jackie F sent me the Doggy Wuggy. Angel Hoffman sent me a team bracelet. Thank you, Angel. Another team bracelet. I don't know if I can fit them all on my arm, you know. I'd have to see if we can fit them all on there. Are they big enough to fit on my arm? We'll try. I'm just waiting to see some lights dangling going across the screen, or one of those, big things on the screen that look like I'm on a vacation or something. There's so many different TikTok images for gifts. So I'm looking at the end of the show to see what else is going to happen here. We're almost at 100,000 at 97.0. I want to thank everybody who's here, all the people that are watching the show, getting a lot out of the show. We appreciate all of you. Lily Winters, welcome. And this show is on my YouTube channel. This will be on by tomorrow. This show is being recorded now. It's live, but it'll be on my Maddie. Thank you for the finger hearts. I appreciate that. It'll be on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. So do check it out. That's my main channel where all my programs here are on that channel. Angel Hoffman, thanks for the roses. When I'll message you when I'm more awake, because I'm now getting into the state of consciousness where I'm going to go way off planet. So that we'll do that. I look at my messages on TikTok and so forth. So we'll get to that. We're at 98,000. We need to get to 100,000 before we sign out of here on the show. Angel Hoffman, thank you for the finger heart. Angel Hoffman, thank you for the corn. We love corn. There's the finger heart again. Thank you for the finger heart, Angel Hoffman. And she's going at it. Jackie F has got some roses there. I'm just sitting here winding down and just enjoying all the beautiful gifts. You're all beautiful. Jackie Rose, Jackie F, I mean. I will have some more apple cider, though, before I go off the air here, or when I go off the air. So you've been watching Encounters, a show that's out of this world. We've had some great interviews tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here. Our studio audience is all over the world, and we appreciate that. We appreciate all of you. Let people know about the show. This is the #1 UFO talk show on social media. If you're just finding the show on TikTok, this is where it happens, right here. And the recorded show is actually on YouTube. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. We're almost at 100,000. Again, I want to thank everybody all over the world for watching the show tonight. I hope you're all going to have a good day Thursday. I'm a potato. Thanks for joining us. But you can watch our show. If you're just coming in here, you probably missed 2/3 of the show. Go to my Ashtar Command Spaceship News page on YouTube. You can watch shows from last night, the night before, and past shows. Angel Hoffman, thank you for the corn. Let's see if there's somebody, and all the mods too. Yes, Jackie, thank you. All our mods, thank you. Everybody. And I'm waiting for that one big crazy gift that's going to go over the screen. I don't know who's going to do it, but we have 164 people. Do the math. Somebody's got a lot of TikTok coins. Angel Hoffman, thank you for the team bracelet. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Harold Bragg says, I was a U.S. Air Force nuclear defense triad as a V-2 crew chief and have the highest security you can get. Harold, I'm going to follow you. I would like to have you on the show tomorrow night. Are you available to come on tomorrow night? My show's on at 11 p.m. Thursday evening. And we hit 100,000. Harold, we'd like to have you on the show tomorrow night on Encounters. Are you available? Good. So Harold, who has just stated, I was a U.S. Air Force nuclear defense triad as a B-52 crew chief and have the highest security you can get. So we're going to talk to Harold tomorrow night and find out what he knows on the inside about the UFO cover-up. That's tomorrow night on Encounters. Harold Bragg will be our first guest. Tune in at 11 p.m. That is tomorrow night, right here on TikTok. Take care, everybody. Have a great morning. We're going to sign out of here. Many blessings to everybody. It's been a great show. We'll see you tomorrow night.